What if the junk in your garage could become the heart of your garden? What if a rusty bicycle, a cracked fridge, or yesterday's tin can had a second chance? One that didn't end in a landfill, but bloomed with new life. Welcome to a world where trash isn't the end. It's the beginning. In this series, we're diving deep into the forgotten, the discarded, the broken, and we're turning it into beauty. This is more than upcycling. It's about giving purpose to the purposeless, breathing creativity into what others throw away, and transforming your garden into a story of redemption. Every object you'll see has been reclaimed and reimagined, not just to grow plants, but to grow possibility. From tin cans turned vertical herb walls to pallets reshaped into cozy benches, each creation has soul. Each piece whispers a story of transformation, of hope, and of hands that dared to see beyond the trash. So stay with us. Let your imagination bloom. Let your heart soften, because sometimes the most beautiful parts of a garden start in the garbage bin. One, garden in a glass. From what many would consider waste, a magical world is born. A simple glass jar, once discarded, now becomes the cradle of life, a miniature ecosystem thriving in harmony. Within its curved walls, mosses, stones, and delicate flowers paint a serene landscape that mirrors nature's quiet elegance. This isn't merely a plant display. It's a testament to creativity, sustainability, and the hidden potential of overlooked objects. At its base, dark soil layered with pebbles serves not only as structure but as a metaphor. Even the humblest foundation can support something extraordinary. A stone path winds gently between sprigs of greenery and violet blooms, inviting the observer into this secret haven. Light filters through the glass, casting a warm glow that brings every leaf and petal to life, as if the jar itself breathes with organic rhythm. This DIY garden, crafted from what was once trash, is more than a hobby. It's a statement. It reminds us that beauty doesn't demand extravagance, only imagination and intention. With each reused jar, every salvaged clipping, we make a choice to nurture rather than discard, to create rather than consume. Beyond its charm and tranquility, this garden in a jar offers a deeper reflection. It asks us to look again at what we throw away, to question what can be saved, reshaped, and reimagined. Trash, after all, is just treasure waiting to be transformed. So next time your hands hover over a glass container destined for the bin, pause. Inside it may lie the seed of your next green masterpiece, a breath of life sealed in glass. Two, tires turned garden art. A burst of color blooms from an unexpected canvas. Old tires reborn with creativity and care. What was once forgotten rubber, worn and discarded, now forms the foundation of a vibrant garden filled with life and imagination. These tires, stacked and painted in bold, joyful hues, are no longer symbols of waste but of wonder. Their textures and treads become part of a new story, one where trash transforms into treasure. Each layer supports flourishing petunias and pansies, their blossoms overflowing with pinks, purples, reds, and yellows. The once utilitarian curves now hold beauty, their circular forms echoing nature's cycles of renewal and growth. The garden doesn't just thrive in the earth. It rises upward, playful and proud, offering visual delight and environmental inspiration. The painted surfaces, adorned with zigzags, shapes, and patterns add a cheerful personality to the setting. These are not mere containers. They are characters in a living gallery, each tire telling its own story of revival. Children smile at the colors. Neighbors stop to admire. And nature, given a second chance through human hands, responds with blooming gratitude. This DIY garden reminds us that beauty is a matter of perspective. Where some see scrap, others see opportunity. With vision and a splash of paint, we can reshape the way we interact with the materials around us. It's not just about saving the planet, it's about reimagining it one reused item at a time. In every tire filled with soil and seeds, there lies a message. Transformation is always possible. When hands work with hope, even the discarded can bloom again. Three, rust reborn with roses. Once a forgotten relic, an old, rusted bicycle now finds new life amidst a symphony of blooming roses. Its worn frame no longer gathers dust in a forgotten shed. It stands proudly as the centerpiece of a whimsical garden tableau. This creative transformation exemplifies the magic of reimagining waste into beauty. Vines weave through the spokes and handlebars, intertwining with fragrant pink blooms that cascade in every direction. The bicycle's basket, once used to carry goods or groceries, now overflows with delicate petals and lush greenery. Time has aged the metal, but it has also given it character. Each patch of rust tells a story, adding charm to this living sculpture. Behind the bike, an ornate iron gate frames the scene, anchoring the composition with rustic elegance. Terracotta pots filled with vibrant blossoms rest at the base, completing the look with a splash of complementary color. Together, these elements create a poetic harmony where past and present collide. This DIY garden project is not just about repurposing. It's about honoring the memory of everyday objects and giving them new purpose. In doing so, it challenges the idea of discard and decay, replacing it with resilience and creativity. What was once trash is now a timeless treasure that delights the eye and stirs the imagination. By choosing to preserve rather than dispose, a narrative of sustainability blossoms. Nature embraces the old bicycle, reclaiming it as her own. It stands now not as a tool of travel, but as a symbol of thoughtful transformation. Proof that with care and vision, even the rustiest relic can bloom again. 4. Tin Can Bird Haven. In a quiet corner of the garden, a flash of blue sways gently from a tree branch, bringing joy not only to feathered visitors, but to anyone who pauses to admire its charm. What once served as a simple tin can has now become a delightful bird feeder, hand-painted, lovingly crafted, and brimming with character. Transformed by creativity and care, this upcycled piece is a shining example of how even the most mundane items can be reborn with purpose. The can's surface is decorated with cheerful birds and vibrant flowers, turning it into both a feeding station and a whimsical garden ornament. A small rooftop fashioned from scrap metal offers shelter, while thin perches provide a comfortable spot for birds to rest as they snack. Nestled among the leaves and bathed in dappled sunlight, the bird feeder becomes part of the natural rhythm of the garden. Birds flit in and out, their fluttering wings and cheerful chirps bringing the structure to life. What was once waste is now a source of nourishment, not only for the wildlife it serves, but for the soul of the space it inhabits. This DIY creation is a gentle reminder that beauty and utility can arise from the discarded. It takes only a little vision, a splash of paint, and a willingness to see potential where others see junk. By breathing new life into old materials, we invite joy into our environment and reduce our footprint on the earth. Each time a bird lands on its perch, a small celebration of transformation takes place, and from what was once thrown away, something truly meaningful begins to bloom. 5. Colorful wall can garden. A once forgotten collection of tin cans now breathes life into a bare wooden fence, bursting with greenery and vibrant energy. This vertical garden, made entirely from reused materials, is a vivid example of how upcycling can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. Each can, painted in soft pastels of yellow, pink, and turquoise, adds not only color but character to the vertical space, transforming it into a living canvas. Rows of herbs and leafy plants thrive in their new homes, their roots grounded in what was once trash. From mint and rosemary to trailing vines and thyme, these plants now grow with purpose, offering both beauty and utility. The staggered layout allows light to pour over each leaf, creating a dance of shadows and color along the fence. Beyond aesthetics, this DIY garden is a clever solution for those with limited space. It demonstrates how even small corners and vertical surfaces can become productive and enchanting green spaces. With a few nails, a splash of paint, and some imagination, sustainability meets style in the most refreshing way. This transformation reminds us that gardening doesn't require fancy pots or sprawling land. It simply requires intention, a desire to nurture growth and reduce waste. Each tin can stand as proof that what is discarded can still be useful, even beautiful, in new form. Through this creative reuse, a forgotten fence becomes a thriving herb wall, and waste becomes an opportunity. It's more than just gardening. It's a daily act of renewal, a way to reconnect with nature while caring for the planet. In every leaf and painted can lies a quiet message. New life can grow from anywhere. 6. Silverware garden blooms bright. In the heart of a blooming garden, flowers unlike any other catch the light, not with petals, but with polished forks and spoons. Repurposed silverware, once destined for the drawer or the dump, now shines proudly in artistic form, transformed into dazzling metal blossoms. This whimsical display proves that even the most mundane household items can bloom with a second life when guided by creative hands. Each metallic flower is crafted with care, where forks fan out like delicate rays and spoons curve to form smooth petals. Bolts and buttons serve as ornate centers, holding the sculptures together while adding intricate charm. The result is a bouquet of gleaming flora that defies decay, standing tall among real blooms in vibrant reds, oranges, purples, and yellows. This DIY project does more than delight the eyes. It celebrates imagination and sustainability. It blurs the line between art and function, reminding us that beauty can be built from what we already have. Old cutlery, forgotten in kitchen drawers, takes on a new role in the garden as permanent blooms that never wilt, never fade. In a time when the planet urges us to rethink our habits, projects like these inspire change. They encourage us to view waste as raw material and limitations as invitations to innovate. With nothing more than metal utensils and creativity, this garden becomes a sanctuary of transformation. The glint of steel among soft petals tells a story, one of reuse, renewal, and respect for the world around us. It's a garden where nature and artistry grow side by side, and where every sparkle in the sunlight reminds us that treasure often begins as something overlooked. Seven, life grows from waste. Tucked among colorful blooms and green leaves, a humble metal bin marked compost stands as a quiet hero of the garden. It overflows with discarded fruit peels, vegetable scraps, and faded greens, remnants of yesterday's meals, now destined to become tomorrow's nourishment. This is not just a container of rot. It is a vessel of transformation. Composting is one of the simplest yet most profound ways to turn trash into treasure. What may appear as waste to many is, in truth, the start of something vital. As the organic matter inside breaks down, it will become rich, dark soil, full of nutrients that fuel vibrant growth. Each apple core and banana peel tells a story of renewal, of the cycle that sustains life. The bin itself, weathered and repurposed, fits perfectly within this philosophy. Instead of being tossed aside, it now holds the very process of regeneration. Surrounded by thriving flowers and healthy plants, it serves as a reminder that beauty in the garden starts with care beneath the surface. This DIY compost system not only reduces kitchen and garden waste, but also deepens the connection between humans and the earth. It invites us to slow down, to consider our impact, and to be intentional about the life we cultivate. By returning to the soil what was once harvested from it, we complete a meaningful loop of giving back. Here, amid the scent of blossoms and the buzz of bees, lies a powerful truth. Nothing is ever truly wasted. With patience and purpose, even scraps can become sustenance, and every ending holds the promise of growth. Eight, refrigerator turned garden sanctuary. An old, rusted refrigerator, once lifeless and forgotten, now brims with green vitality and colorful blooms. What once stored leftovers and chilled drinks has become an enchanting vertical garden, a brilliant reimagining of waste into wonder. Its shelves, once lined with plastic containers, now cradle terracotta pots, moss beds, and clusters of thriving herbs and flowers. The transformation is both unexpected and beautiful. Plants spill from every corner. Leafy greens flourish in the drawers. Trailing vines cascade down the door shelves, and succulents nestle neatly beside blossoms. Even the top of the fridge becomes a home for mosses and small potted delights, making use of every inch with thoughtful intention. This DIY project is more than a creative reuse. It's a declaration of possibility. Instead of ending up in a landfill, the fridge finds new life as a nurturing habitat for plants and a statement piece for sustainable living. Its insulated shell, once meant to preserve cold, now shelters warmth, life, and growth. The scene is a testament to how nature can reclaim and revive, especially when guided by human hands willing to think outside the box, or in this case, inside the fridge. It invites passers-by to rethink waste and to see potential in what's been cast aside. Amid surrounding greenery, the refrigerator blends into the landscape like a forgotten relic reborn with purpose. It serves as a powerful reminder. Even the most unlikely items can be turned into functional beauty. When creativity meets sustainability, transformation becomes not only possible, but poetic. In this quiet corner of the garden, a new kind of ecosystem hums to life, one that once cooled food and now grows it. Nine, pallet bench garden corner. Bathed in golden sunlight, A simple wooden bench stands peacefully amidst a ring of cheerful blooms. Crafted from reclaimed wooden pallets, the bench tells a story of transformation, where discarded planks find new purpose as a place of rest and reflection. Its raw texture and honest construction embrace the imperfections of reused materials, turning waste into rustic beauty. Surrounding the bench, terracotta pots overflow with vibrant flowers in every hue. Sunny yellows, deep magentas, soft lilacs, and fiery reds. The arrangement feels both spontaneous and intentional, a colorful chorus that frames the bench with warmth and life. Together, the scene creates a sanctuary, a handmade haven where nature and creativity meet. This DIY garden project is a testament to resourcefulness. Pallets, often left to decay behind warehouses or tossed aside after deliveries, become the bones of sturdy furniture with just a bit of vision and effort. Each board, once overlooked, now supports moments of pause, cups of tea, and quiet conversations with the garden. The beauty lies not just in the final product, but in the process, the act of choosing sustainability, of seeing value in what others might ignore. In a world of excess and quick disposal, this corner of the garden invites slowness and intention. With tools, time, and imagination, something forgotten has been reborn. Not only does the bench provide comfort, it carries meaning. It shows that recycling is not just about reducing waste, but about honoring materials with a second life. Here, among blooming petals and gentle breezes, even trash finds its treasure. (10) Climbing green with repurposed wire. Among the flourishing greenery of a backyard garden, a simple cone of wire mesh rises proudly, transformed into a thriving trellis for climbing vines. Once a leftover piece of fencing or scrap metal, this humble structure now serves a new purpose, supporting life as it reaches toward the sun. Winding around the repurposed frame, bean plants stretch their tendrils upward, weaving through the metal with purpose and grace. The open grid provides the perfect scaffolding, guiding the plant's growth while allowing air and light to pass freely. What was once discarded, possibly rusting away in a forgotten corner, has become an essential part of a garden's vitality. This DIY trellis is a quiet triumph of creativity over consumption. Built with intention from salvaged materials, it showcases how sustainability doesn't require new purchases, just fresh perspective. By reimagining waste as opportunity, the gardener not only reduces their environmental footprint, but also elevates the beauty and function of their space. In the warm glow of the setting sun, the trellis casts intricate shadows on the leaves it supports. It stands as a symbol of resilience, proving that even something as simple as wire can become a vessel for nourishment and growth. The result is a living sculpture, functional yet artistic, born from practicality and shaped by purpose. Every tendril, every leaf reaching higher is a quiet affirmation that transformation is always possible. Through hands willing to reuse and minds eager to imagine, even the most unassuming materials can help life flourish. This is more than a gardening aid. It's a message rooted in renewal, reminding us that from every scrap, something beautiful can grow. You've seen rusted wire become green towers, a lifeless fridge, now bursting with plant life. Forgotten tires painted with joy. Each piece, once broken or buried, now stands tall, proud, and alive. But this isn't just about gardening. It's about belief. Belief that beauty can grow from anywhere, that waste can bloom again, that you, with just your hands and heart, can create something extraordinary without spending a cent. The world doesn't need more throwaway things. It needs more people who see possibility in the discarded. So what will you do with what you've got? Look again at that cracked pot, that bent spoon, that stack of old wood. Don't toss it, transform it. Let your garden become a canvas for your imagination, a sanctuary for second chances. Every piece you reclaim gives life a little more meaning, and every bloom born from trash is a reminder. Even what seems worthless can hold wonder. Thank you for joining this journey of revival. Now go dig in, build bold, and let your garden tell its story, one rescued piece at a time. Because treasure was never lost. It was just waiting to be found.